This is episode 13 of the Top Deck Podcast, proudly sponsored by Gamers and Geeks. Not just a game store, a gaming community. Located at 4805 Moffett Road, Suite N, Mobile, Alabama 36618. You can find out more information at www.gamersandgeeks.com or find Gamers and Geeks on Facebook.
Crowd is
Come on, Zach.
What is on top of the deck?
I am Salty J alongside 2-for-1.
What's up, everybody?
Man, already episode 13, bro.
It's flying by.
It's flying by. We got a lot of stuff to cover today. It seems like a kind of a quiet time in Magic right now, but we got a lot of stuff that we're about to get ready to do, and I'm getting excited for it, man.
I was going to say, it doesn't seem like, I feel like I'm rushing around trying to get ready for what's going on.
I know. So, and what we got going on actually is me.
What we got going
what
on.
We got, what we got going on is 2-for-1 and I are going to Vegas for the GP. It's actually both of our first time ever going to Vegas. Super excited about that.
Ready to hit the craps table.
Don't even get me started on that. Like I'm going to be trying to focus on this Magic stuff.
Dude, I've never played craps before, so yeah. I'm pumped.
And we got a little bit of spending money. We do not promote gambling, okay? But if you got a little extra spending cash and you're in Vegas, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So excited about that, man. I got my dang earbuds coming in for the flight because the last time I flew to the West Coast to California, it felt like knives were just getting shoved in my ears, man. I don't know if it was the pressure or what, but it was extremely painful. And so I didn't want to be like on your shoulder crying and like holding your hand going, oh my God, will it stop? Will it stop? I got myself some earplugs.
Well, I would have had about 2 or 3 drinks in my hand, so cry away.
Well, they said, you know what they say, man? I was doing some research on it, and it said that if you have severe ear pain, do not drink alcohol before your flight. That it enhances it.
I'll double up then.
Double up. Make it a double. I mean, you are a bartender, so you do what you do. Going into Vegas, it's interesting, man. Like you said, the last time there was something in Vegas, they had to like split it up.
Yeah.
GP-wise, right?
Yeah. It seems like the limited events that they have in Vegas for the Eternal Masters, the Modern Masters, all those. There's thousands and thousands of people there.
Yeah, you said it split up into 4 GPs or something like that.
I mean, it was crazy. They split it up into
8,000 people.
Yeah, it was a lot.
So the schedule, we're going to talk about the schedule and what we're doing. We're going to be flying out. We're flying out on Wednesday, right?
Yep.
And then, so there's a Modern MCQ on Thursday. Then Friday, there's a Standard MCQ. Saturday, there's a Modern Horizon GP. Sunday, a Sealed M20 MCQ. That's kind of the schedule that we're going to be both trying to hit.
Yeah. We were going to do
the Modern GP.
Yeah, but it's on Friday. It starts on Friday. And then if you day 2, then obviously you want to keep playing, but then we'll miss out on the limited GP.
Yeah, and that's the one that we really, I think, are trying to prepare for. We've been looking at trying to get educated on that format. And let's be honest right now, Modern is in a jacked up place. And I feel like if you're going to go in a big tournament like that, you really need to get lucky. And we all know that Hogak's in the room. So you're either on board with that or you're trying to beat it. That's not something I'm really interested in going to do, man. And look, I got it sleeved up. I got the Dredge Hogak sleeved up.
I just feel like there's more play to Modern Horizons Limited than there is in Modern right now.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm educated on the format and I'm playing good, I can outplay somebody in the Modern Horizons Limited portion. But that's not necessarily the case in Modern. Like even if I do know the matchups really well and I'm prepared for it, that doesn't mean jack.
No, sometimes it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you played Phoenix a while now. And there's been people doing play mistakes on you, all that. It doesn't matter. Yeah. They're still winning. So that's something I'm not really interested in. So the Modern MCQ we are going to play in. What are you going to be sleeving up for?
So I've been testing the Urza deck. That's been a lot of fun. So I think if I can get my hands on the cards, I might play that. I might play Mono Red Prowess.
Mm-hmm.
I might play Burn.
Which I've been saying Modern Red Prowess, but every time I mention you're like, I just don't like the deck.
Yeah, because I have played it before. It's just been kind of all right. But it's up there. And like possibilities. Like I have all the cards
I mean, let's be real. You're probably going to play Urza.
Yeah, if I can get my hands on the cards, I would definitely play Urza.
Because I think you got the hookup on it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Hopefully. You've been playing it on Moto, though. How you been liking it, man?
I've been liking it a lot.
How do you like the Hogak matchup?
The only thing I don't like about playing that deck online is whenever you play online, if you have an infinite combo, sometimes people just make you do the whole combo. So you're obviously not going to sit there and gain 1,000,000 life on Moto. You'll just time out. Or make 1,000,000 guys who you'll just time out. So that can be a problem, but I don't really, look at that.
Have you 5-0'd in a league with it yet?
No.
No. What's been the best record so far?
4-1.
That's not bad.
No.
What was your loss to?
I mean, it's been a couple different things. I've lost to sometimes I'll just lose to random shit. Like I lost to a Jeskai control deck that was through the Breach Emrakul.
Got him.
Yeah, my hand was just really random, and they kept Cryptic Command and blah blah blah, and all of a sudden he was through the Breach Emrakul, and I was like, and I had an Ensnaring Bridge in my hand, but I was like, they were playing Jeskai control. Why do I need to slam this Ensnaring Bridge?
Yeah. Why would I need that for? I'm gonna get it real excited on Thursday for the Modern MCQ, man. I'm gonna be sleeving up Hogak Dredge.
What?
Yeah, creeping chills and all. So exciting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there for that. Friday, we got the standard MCQ.
This, and I haven't even been playing that much standard, but I'm actually more excited about the standard MCQ than I am about the modern MCQ.
Me too.
Maybe it's just because I've been playing so much modern, I'm just kind of getting burnt out on it, trying to try all this different stuff when I probably should just be playing Hogak.
Yeah,
anyway,
probably.
But
I mean, there is different variants of Hogak. You got the crab Hogak. You got the regular Hogak. And
Look,
then you
I
got
saw
the
that
dredge.
and I was like, what the hell is Hedron Crab?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
He's a little blue O2 that lets you mill yourself if a land hits. So, I mean, there's different variances of it. I have Dredge built, so it's just easier for me just to play that variant, and that's what I'm going to do. So it is what it is. I'm going to be sitting there looking at all the resting pieces and ley lines and all that stuff all day long.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Playing the mirror match, all that good stuff. But Friday, we do got the standard MCQ. What are you thinking about there, man? What you going to be sleeving up? Are you going to old trusty Phoenix?
No, I think I might play Feather.
Feathering it up.
Yep. Or I might play the spicy one that you've been testing a lot of. I've been watching and being kind of amazed.
I mean, I'm bringing the spice. I'm like, it's going to be like the Powerpuff Girls. Something spicy.
Something sweet.
Yep. We're bringing it. Hell Hydra. If any of you guys have watched my streams at all, you know that Redneck Hank, character that invented, has been on Hell Hydra. Johnny Magic's on Hell Hydra. And Salty J's on Hell Hydra. I am going to fine tune it going into this meta. I know there's going to be a lot of vamps there. There's going to be a lot of scape shift stuff there. I'm going to be honest with you, man. If you get the cards, it don't matter.
It looks really cool.
Like, I'm sitting there. The other day, I beat a 4 Chandra emblems.
Oh, yeah, I saw
coming at me because of Bioessence Hydra. And so basically what this list is Bioessence Hydra. You got Hydroid Krasis. You have the new Ferocious Hydra. And then you get the Big Daddy, the 8/7. That makes all your Hydras cost a little bit less.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy's good.
And then if they target your Hydras, you get to fight. And then we're running Planeswalkers. So we got Little Domri, Big Domri, Kiora, and we got Nissa. Then we got some removal spells and, stuff like that coming in between.
It's a cool one.
Pretty spicy. I think I like the 60 in it for sure. I think that the sideboard, I'm going to work on it a little bit just to shore up those matchups that we know we're going to see. But I mean, I've beat pretty much everything so far. I mean, I think we can shore it up and make sure that it's fine tuned for sure. But I'm bringing it, man. I'm going to GP Vegas with a brew for standard. It's going to be like the old days.
I know. I'm excited.
Sniping it.
The whole weekend, the whole 5 days that we're there, I'm going to be pumped the whole time.
So then the event that we're really looking forward to is on Saturday, and that's going to be your Modern Horizons GP. So tell us a little bit about how that's going to work out for us.
So day one It's sealed. So you get like X amount of time to build your deck from 6 packs. Then you play 8 rounds.
How do they do the seal pools now? Do you have to like check it off and do all this other stuff like you had to back in the day?
No, they're pre-registered.
Okay, so
you just get them and then you verify. You make sure that all the stuff in your deck is like what's written down on your paper.
So you don't got to pass or do none of that stuff.
No.
Sweet.
I know. You get to keep whatever you open.
All right, so you got 8 rounds.
Yep.
Day 1. After we do that, because we're both going undefeated.
That's right.
What do we got to do after that?
You'll play one final round on the first day, and that's technically first day of day 2.
Yep.
So if you're X and 2 or better, you'll play your last round.
That's really just to get all the riff-raff out.
Sure.
Before the next day.
Then you play your last round with your sealed deck, and then the next day, day 2, you do 2 draft pods.
2 of them.
Yep.
People going after blue, black ninjas and snow.
Oh yeah.
Not us. We're going straight. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. We're not going to get the cat out of the bag yet. All right, so we got to go. Then we go draft.
Yep, and then they cut to top 8, and then top 8 is a final draft.
So you may draft this 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, we are going to be drafting it 3 times. So we're going to have to be prepared, and the mindset's going to be right because we're going to have to play 9 rounds of sealed. Then we're going to have to play a ton of draft.
Yep.
Then we're ready. Because I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm genuinely excited about this event.
I know. And normally, a few years ago, I would have been on Modern over a limited GP any day.
Yeah, we were talking about that before we started the podcast. I mean, you've topped 8 at Modern Open before.
Yeah. And I feel like I have more play to Modern Horizons than Modern.
Yeah, it needs fixed. And we talked about that on a previous episode. I think we called it Hogak, the hero you deserve, or we deserve. And it's not like banning Hogak's not going to fix the problem for this format. It's just not. The card pool's way too vast, and I'm going to go on this little spill real quick while we're talking about it. The card pool's way too vast. It needs to have some rotation to it, whether it be a 10-year rotation, 15, something. Yeah. Give us something. We got to limit the card pool in Modern. Hogak getting banned is not going to fix the problem. It's just not. Rant over. You got Sunday sealed M20.
Yep.
Have you done any sealed? Or
I've done like 1 or 2
it?
drafts on Arena with it. They haven't went super great, but I think it's way easier for someone to like give me cards, and they're like, build this deck, and you have 20 some odd minutes, and I can go, oh, okay, I got this, and this. But to like be in the moment and not really know the format that well to like draft it is kind of just gotta like find your footing almost. So you have to like lose, win, and then kind of see what cards are good, which ones are bad.
I mean, let's be real here. After we win an MCQ and a GP, we're probably not going to play in this tournament.
Yeah, fingers crossed we don't have to play in this damn
Yeah, we're probably not going to be good luck to anybody in it. We're probably not going to be in the M20, the sealed MCQ. We're going to be probably celebrating at the craps table.
Yeah, there we go.
Your boy don't play blackjack. I'm really not on the slots. If I want to make some money, I might go play some Texas Hold'em there. But the craps table is kind of where I'm at.
You don't like the slots?
Man, they're okay. I kind of want to be. I
love the slots.
I kind of want to be like Papa Giorgio. You know what I'm talking
I have
about?
no idea who that is.
All right, Papa Giorgio. It's one of those. What's the one with Chevy Chase where they go on Christmas vacation?
I have no
Family
idea.
vacation movies. It's the one with. It's the Vegas vacation. So Papa Giorgio is the son, Rusty, and he's like not even 18, 17 or something like that. So they're all mad because they can't go gamble with mom and dad, right? So he gets this fake ID, and it's like super bad before super bad. He's from Hawaii, and his name is Papa Giorgio. Well, he goes by, and he just goes on one of those big slot machines that you can win cars and stuff. Boom. Hits it, wins the car. Boom. He wins 4 cars. The whole movie, right? Well, he gets entrenched with like the mob type deal there. And he's on these yachts, hot tubs, chicks all around him, stuff like that. Parents come out, and everybody's like, Mr. Papa Giorgio, what's going on here? What's going on? I mean, he's high rolling. The dad's losing money to this one dealer the whole movie. Like, he's trying to take it out. Like, he keeps on going back to this dealer trying to get revenge, and he's just wiping them clean. And so they finally get Papa Giorgio, which is Rusty, this kid. I mean, he's wearing like the Hawaiian shirts. I mean, he's like decked out Vegas style, baby. And so they finally Dad's broke. They go to play this last game. And they're talking about this old man. It's like a lottery almost, like a bingo type game. I forgot what it's called. But they got this, their numbers, like they all had meaning to them. Oh, this is the day Rusty was born. This is our anniversary, blah, blah, blah. Coming together as a family. Don't hit. Last money they got. Old man has been playing this game for years. And looks at him. And he's like, oh my God. Oh my God. And he hits. All the money that he lost, right? Dies. Right on the spot. Tells the dad, take the ticket. So they go cash out, long story short, right? Get all the money back. And so they get ready to go home. All of a sudden there's like a Hummer, a Mustang, a little Ford Taurus and some other stuff. And they're like, what? Yeah, they're like, and a Viper. And they're like, what's this? Every time I pull the slot machine, I win a car. I pull it, win a car. Pull it, win a car. Pull it, win a car. So that's what I want to be like, man. I'm going to be the Papa Giorgio coming to Viva Las Vegas. So we're not even worried about the M20. we're not even worried about the M20 seal, bro. So
that is the schedule, then.
Yeah, that's the schedule.
We're going to play it by ear.
We're going to play it by ear. Do you know the archetypes in the M20?
No.
I mean, blue, white flyers is the thing. I've only got to do it a couple times. I did Sealed on Arena, but I got to draft it live. I'm undefeated right now, so I'm going to keep that streak going.
Oh, damn.
So, I mean, I'm like, the green, I like the green, white, like populate. You kind of do some, not populate. Man, I'm like old school. I keep on saying stuff like populate and stuff like that. But green, white, like pretty much tokens and,
gotcha.
And get them bigger and stuff like that. So I'll be trying to do that. There is another special announcement about this GP's Vegas. It is, you're standing there in shock. You got your jaw just dropped right now. You got to take a sip of water. But it's the debut, the unbanning official tournament. He's back. Johnny Magic.
Oh yeah.
The world champ's coming back. I don't even know if he's announced this on Twitter yet.
No, I don't think anybody knows.
But he's like pumped up. What a perfect spot for him to come back, his debut.
Vegas, baby.
If you don't know who Johnny Magic is, you need to get on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff. You need to go look this guy up right now. He's a 2-time world champion, MTG. He got banned by Mark Rosewater. His rival is John Finkel. I mean, John Finkel even kind of stole the dude's nickname. And Johnny Magic's the real deal. That's his real name. And the story that I heard was that Rosewater, all those guys, they just wanted somebody more like John Finkel around, like a poster boy. And Johnny Magic it didn't work out. They banned him, but he's back. The banning's over. He's going to GP Vegas, and I'm excited to see this guy play.
Me too.
I mean, every time I see him on stream, it looks just like he knows what he's talking about. He's a legend. Matter of fact, I'll let him take over my stream sometimes. But he's excited, man. He's pumped up. I've talked to him, and it's like, dude, just shut up. I know you're ready. But you need to go check this guy out. I mean, he's even won the first season of Legends of the Hidden Temple, the first episode. He went by Jammin' John. You can look it up. Go look it up. Jammin' John was his name. I watched the episode because I thought he was lying. The Silver Snakes went off, won a trip to the Bahamas. Say he's been winning his whole life. So go check that guy out. They did have a modern event this past weekend. It was GP Minneapolis. Can you guess what was on there?
Hold on. I need to try not to fall out of my seat here.
Yeah, watch out. You look like you're stumbling a little bit. That might be because we're hungry. We're waiting on some Hungry Howies. First place, Crab Hogak.
Yeah.
Second place,
Hogak.
Hogak. Third, Mono Red Prowess. Fourth, Hogak. Fifth, Crab Hogak. Sixth, Burn. Seventh, Hogak. And eighth, Humans.
And I've been looking, and anybody who knows me knows I love the Burn deck. Love Eidolon of the Great Revel, Monastery Swift Spear, Lightning Bolt. Love all of it. I don't even know how this deck beats Hogak. Like, good for this guy. Like, he top 8'd a GP, like, playing Burn. You know, like, he's living the dream to me.
I mean, what would you do if you're in the Burn player situation? You played it quite a bit. I mean, what would
I've never played against Hogak playing Burn. I played Burn last year.
But what would your game plan be? Like, what would you do? Like, are you just trying to go straight for their life totals and trying to get some of their creatures?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm playing 4 Rest in Peace.
I mean, what do you do against the 8/8 Trampler?
Path him?
Like, there's not much you're going to do.
Yeah.
And then Vigivines are problems too, aren't they?
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't even know how to board against that deck. Just graveyard hate, I would think. Maybe Tormod Crypt is better because 0.
Yeah, I mean, I see people that are trying to, like, mix it up with, like, Crypts and Rest in Peace, and they're just diverse.
I think I didn't even see that guy's, his board, but I saw some Burn player. He was just jamming 4 ley lines.
Yeah,
which I don't hate because I feel like what happens with a lot of decks is that they try to play ley line and they'll mulligan until they have a ley line, right? But then they don't have any other action. So then they're just dead in, 4 turns. But I feel like with Burn, then you always have some kind of pressure going on. So while they're trying to deal with the ley line, you're chipping them away pretty good. So maybe maybe it's way better than I think it is.
Well, and that's a lot of the problems, man, that I've seen is people think automatically, I got ley line in my head and we're good.
No.
You got to put some pressure on them too, because that ley line's only going to be good for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I played the mirror match, and it wasn't the total build of Hogak Dredge. And when I say Hogak Dredge, I'm talking about the Creeping Chill variant of it. Like, my opponent had the ley line. I'm like, cool. Nature's Claimant, EOT. And then I just
did your thing.
Did my thing. And he didn't have any, he was relying on that too much. The Humans list being in the top 8 intrigued me a little bit, man. And I know Wyatt Darbury has written an article saying that he likes it right now. I didn't get a chance to read it. I just saw the headline of it. But there's a card that Jimmy and I have been playing around with that we were going to run it in Vegas, but we just didn't have time to fine-tune a list around it. But that card is Lavinia Azorius Renegade. And it cost a blue and a white. It's a 2/2 legendary human soldier creature, so it is a human. Each opponent can't cast non-creature spells with converted mana cost greater than the number of lands that player controls. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell.
Yep.
You tested this on Moto.
Yes.
And, like, you called me, because I brought this thing up. I think it was me, you, and Scott were in this messenger thing. And I said, man, what about this card? What about this one? And I thought you were going to be like, that's trash, da-da-da. And then you're like, well, let's test it. You tested, and you called me, and I was like, okay, now you're going to tell me it's trash. And you're like, dude, this card was so good.
Yeah, it was really good.
So tell us what it was doing, man, because you told me some stuff about it that I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about all the things that it could do. Like, I was playing it in a blue-white spirits type deck.
Yeah.
Or a Tempo-ish. Yeah, like a Hate Bear...
Yeah.
Taxes style deck. So I had Spell Queller in there.
Yeah.
So I had a Spell Queller and this guy out, and I had Spell Quellered some kind of spell. And when they went to go kill a Spell Queller, they didn't get it back because it costs 0 now.
Yep.
So it's countered.
Yep.
It's also randomly good against Tron.
Yep.
And Ad Nauseam.
The free counter spell.
Yeah.
The packs.
Yep.
Can't do it. Hogak.
Yep.
Ain't casting it.
Nope.
What else was it hitting? Oh, the red enchantment for burn. Anything that's I'm thinking the word that's exiled, and then it comes back and it goes off. What am I talking about?
Suspend.
Any suspend.
Yes.
You're out. They're out.
Yeah.
Ain't doing it. I was even thinking like Amulet Titan, man. Where like
It's randomly
ramping
good.
up, like
it is like randomly good against a lot of stuff.
like there's anybody trying to ramp up or do anything, like it was shutting stuff down. You won games because of that card being out. So that's one on our watch list, guys. If you're thinking about some different cards or you're trying to go a different direction,
if you're like set on humans, like taking it to a big tournament at GP and you're worried about Hogak,
I would slide this thing in.
Definitely.
Like I think that you could put like 3 of them in, like the main, and at worst case it's going to be a 2/2 human that helps you out some in some kind of matchups, and it's not going to really hurt you at all, so you're good. All right, so we're excited, man. Excited about Vegas. I think that this is probably going to be one of the best trips that we've ever had.
I know. I'm really, really excited.
Like, we still got to register. We still got to put the deck list together. We're still getting some testing in. But I'm feeling real good about it, man. We're staying at a nice spot.
The Excalibur.
Yeah, Excalibur.
Looks like a castle.
Yeah. Got the Excalibur. The flight times are great. Hopefully that won't change. Because the first flights they had us going like wee hours in the morning. I'm out. Couldn't do it. But there's, to me, man, to be honest with you, I feel no pressure whatsoever for this tournament, this event.
No, I'm just going to have a good time.
And like the last couple that we've been to, I've kind of like put pressure on myself to perform. And now I'm just like, dude, it's whatever. Let's get this thing. Let's prepare for it.
I feel like the consolation prize of us just going to the casino and throwing some dice around and hitting the slot machines are just so much better than... I'll go to the Fridays and have a beer.
I mean, they got good food in Vegas, like, because I'm a foodie. I own my own restaurant, so I kind of got into that. And I know there's some restaurants that I want to go try out there that have good chefs, excellent chefs. They got good concepts, so I want to go kind of see some of that kind of stuff. Just excited about the whole experience, man. I'm just ready to go do it. We did want to do something a little bit different on the podcast today, though. We want to go with our top 5 creatures of all time.
Ones that we like.
Yeah, it's not necessarily like the strongest creatures ever printed or anything like that. It's just something that has kind of shaped us of how we're playing the game. So I thought it would be cool to kind of come up with this new segment of the top 5. And so we're going to start out with creatures, but I want to do top 5 instants. I want to do top 5 sorceries, enchantments, planeswalkers, all that stuff. Lands, we can do top 5 lands.
I like that one.
I just thought it would be kind of cool just to kind of, it kind of tells a little bit about ourselves too, man. Of like what we like to play, what creatures we like that were printed, what we played a lot of. So let's start this list off. Top 5 your top 5 creatures of all time. I know you got. Let's start with number 5, and then we'll do some honorable mentions after we get down the list. But top 5, 2 for 1. Top 5 creatures of all time. What's number 5 for you?
All right, number 5 for me is Goblin Rabblemaster. 2 mana, 1 red, 2/2. At the beginning of your combat, make a 1/1 goblin. Has to attack. And then Goblin Rabblemaster gets +1/+0 for every other goblin attacking.
So what did you play this in?
I played it the whole time it was in standard, no matter what, any red deck I could jam it in. But during this time, I was playing a lot of Jeskai Ascendancy.
Yeah.
So
combo deck.
It felt like a combo. Yeah, it felt like a combo deck. So it was like, it worked so good with Jeskai Ascendancy and Stoke the Flames. You like play it for free, pump your guys, untap them, like while they're attacking. It was
I remember you getting on that deck, man, and you were trying to get me to get on it too at that point, but it just kind of wasn't my flavor at the time.
Dude, I loved it.
But anytime that you played it, I was just like, yeah, that was...
And when it was rolling,
it felt like Modern.
Oh, yeah.
Back then Modern. Not now Modern, okay? But back then, I don't know what year was that when that was out.
I have no idea.
No
it was
clue.
Like 3 years ago.
But it felt like Modern. Like, there's aspects of that deck that felt like Modern.
Yeah.
Back whenever you could play like Zoo and stuff like that in Modern, which you can't do right now, but different subject.
Yeah.
Number 5, Salty J. Azuri Renegade Leader.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So I had to put an elf on there, and I put him / Copperhorn Scout. Just because...
hold on, what is Copperhorn Scout?
So Copperhorn Scout costs 1 mana, right? And I believe whenever it attacks, you can untap other creatures. I put that on there, man, because I just love playing elves. So it was a elf scout. It costs 1 green. It's a 1/1. Whenever Copperhorn Scout attacks, untap each other creature you control.
That's pretty good.
And so, like, when you're playing elves and you have this card out and you attack with it, you're attacking in with all your elves, but then you get to untap them and use their mana abilities. And so, like, with having Azuri out, you get to use the ability multiple times. Or, like, if I was playing Genesis Wave at the time, and so I do this massive Genesis Wave and just start getting elves just hitting the table, like, no problem. And the reason I put Azuri in my list is because of what he does. And so Azuri is 2 green in the colorless, 2/2, legendary creature, elf warrior. You can pay 1 green, regenerate another target elf. Then you can pay 3 green, 2 colorless, elf creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn.
Woo.
Straight
Override.
fire. So, but the regenerate ability was the ability that was like, made it go off. So, like, elves was so fun then, because anytime you play elves, what do they want to do? Wipe the board.
Yep.
And so you're like, cool, boom, 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 regenerate everybody. And by the way, I got another one of these guys in my hand. My first ever event that I went to, horrible Magic player, still not that good, but I was horrible back then. Didn't know what I was doing, just, kind of getting into it. I'd been really getting into the game since Ice Age. But then 2000 came around, starter decks, and they started doing more things with it. And I was just on this elf kick, man. And so I remember at Comic Emporium back in the day, they had, I forgot what the event was called. They were called something different back then. Got 9th place in my first ever event, man. Because I punted going in the top 8. Man, how things stay the same sometimes, man. So that's my 5th in my top 5. Azuri, Renegade Leader, and Copperhorn Scout. Number 4, 2 for 1.
Number 4, I have Hazaret.
Hazaret.
Yes.
Tell me more.
When I remember, and I'm talking about the original one from Amonkhet. The
Okay.
5/4 indestructible haste.
I didn't get to play that. I didn't play that.
Oh, that was right before you came back on, wasn't
Yep.
it? Yeah.
Didn't play it.
Whenever that card got spoiled, I knew I was going to play that card for the whole time it was in standard.
Just knew it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just my type of card. 3 in a colorless. Or no, 3 in a red. 3 colorless and a red. 5/4, indestructible haste. It can only attack if you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand. And then 3 mana, discard a card, deals 2 damage to any opponent. Or each opponent. It was the...
And it helps you attack with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. But it was just so hard to deal with. It was a 5/4 indestructible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just gave the red decks you were just attacking them, turns 1, 2, 3, burning them, and then turn 4, you're out of cards in your hand, you slam a Hazaret, and it's just... And then sometimes they would always kill the first one. And then...
Like exile it or something.
Yeah,
like
they'd find some way to exile it. And then you're just like, here's another one.
Yep. Loved it.
Loved it.
Number 4, Salty J, Thundermaw Hellkite. I loved it. I love dragons in general, man. But Thundermaw Hellkite, whenever this thing got spoiled, I was picking those things up like hotcakes. Because they weren't, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, they weren't really that expensive at first. And then they started picking up steam and got real expensive. And then they started losing steam a little bit.
They were like at $40
$40,
at one
$50
point.
bucks because Lingering Souls was out.
Yes.
And so Thundermaw Hellkite says, nice Lingering Souls, bruh. Don't care about them. So you got 2 red, 3 colorless, 5/5, flying haste. When Thundermaw Hellkite enters the battlefield, it does 1 damage to each creature with flying your opponent controls. Tap those creatures. The tap those creatures made the card like,
yeah,
it was so underrated, that ability. And
well, because he's getting in.
yeah, he's getting in, and like you're running them in a deck that you've been putting pressure on, so they need their blockers, and they might not have them. But this card, man, every time that I played this card, it just felt so good. It didn't matter what I was playing against. Like, there's a lot of times playing in tournaments, F&Ms, I'm just like, all right, come on, Thundermaw off the top. Thundermaw off the top. I just need to get this damage in. I just enjoyed casting this card, and usually it wasn't on turn 5. Have you experienced it? You turned 3 of Thundermaw? How good was that?
Yeah. I
loved it. And he fit into the archetype that I loved playing at that time, which was Naya. I got fond memories of playing Thundermaw Hellkite, man. Still love it. Still love it today. Let's go on to number 3.
Number 3.
2 for 1. Number 3.
Geist of Saint Traft.
Good one.
Yes. I love Geist. Even in Modern right now. I mean, he's not that good right now in Modern, but even like in the Jeskai decks that I play in Modern before, you had to do something before turn 2.
Yeah.
I just love playing Geist.
You did pretty well with the Jeskai Tempo deck with Geist in it, right?
Yeah. I top 8 it or top 4 it and open with it last year. That was a lot of fun. And I think that's like kind of what it pushed. Remember, there was also a deck in Standard that I like to play with him too when I first started playing. It was like a Banny Channy deck that had Geist in it. Yeah. And I gave him flying, and he's just a cool magic
card. It was
card.
like a Standard Bogles deck at the time. I got fond memories of that card too, man. He didn't make my top 5, but he'd probably be an honor mentionable for me, but I mean, I remember playing him in Standard. Like, I had a Bant deck that I flashed him in EOT. Felt so good. He just fit in so many different archetypes, man. Like Jeskai, Bant, Blue-White Spirits whenever I played him.
Yeah, and he was just a good sideboard card, too. If the format wasn't really... Like, if they were flooding the board with a bunch of creatures, but there's still, like, these control decks, like, looming around.
Yeah, for sure.
And you need to, like, apply some pressure.
And just
one threat.
What made him so good too is because during that time everybody was playing Jace Architect of Thought, and so he didn't. The Angel token did not see that ability, so you were still getting in for the full 4, and he was hexproof, so it made that deck. Geist was hard for that deck to beat, the control deck at that time to beat. Very versatile card. I really liked the card. I think it didn't make my top 5 just because I got a bad experience of turn 2 and Geist in Modern multiple times and get blown out. But I mean,
he's one of those cards that you can just like. He plays like the tempo game really well that I kind of like to play. You can like play a Geist and then just work around protecting that Geist, and you can just ride him all the way to victory.
Protect the queen type deal. Number 3, Salty J, Gore Clan Rampager. Loved it. And I know you played this card quite a bit too.
Dude, I love this card.
Man,
he's one of my favorite cards.
Like whenever we were going back to Ravnica, because I just got back into the game, right? I'm thinking, okay, where's Gore Clan at? Where's all this other stuff? Like, what's coming back, right? And so, what's Collision Colossus?
Yeah.
Is out right now, and I'm like, that's kind of like you got that one, and then you got the one that they didn't combine it, man. They didn't combine the +4, +2, and then the guy. They separated them this cycle.
Yeah.
So one card's got the guy on it, the other card's got the plus. But this card, man, as soon as this card was spoiled, I think I remember we had a Facebook group at the time, and I just like this card is so good.
Oh,
so good.
I love it. It's one of my favorites.
You were on board with it. You were like,
immediately.
And there was people giving us grief saying this card, that's not good. This card's not good. One of our buddies, Josh, has nightmares over this card because we played it on so much. He's like, and anytime we bring up how bad Pack Rat was and all this other stuff, he's like, well, you got Gore Clan. You got Gore Clan.
I'm like, dude, that was fucking 5 years ago.
Yeah. So Gore Clan Rampager was a green, a red, 2 colorless, a 4/4 trampler. But you could blood rush it for a green or red, and you discard it. You discard Gore Clan Rampager. Target attacking creature gets +4/+4 and gains trample until end of turn.
Dude, I've blown so many people out with this card.
I loved it, man.
I've even like attacked and they want to throw like 4 blockers in front of me because they know I have the Gore Clan, and then I'm like rampage again. Like
when you got 2 of them. And here's the thing, man. Even if you don't use it for that effect, just having a 4/4 body trample was so good. It was so good. It was. I just loved it, man. I went to a big F&M in Fort Walton one time. It probably had like 60 people in it. Pretty good size, man.
Oh, yeah.
And I brought a brew with me. And it had Gore Clans in it. It had Beastmasters in it. Hell Riders. And I had 100% match win percentage.
Didn't lose.
Did not lose one game in one match. And all night long, like I had people just sitting there behind me going, what is this dude doing? And I was putting the Beastmaster trigger on the stack, Gore Clan Rampager.
Giving the rest of the team.
Giving my team like 6+ whatever. And that was Little Naya. And that's where the Big Naya deck came from that you actually top 8 and open with. And this card, man, anytime I see it, it just automatically, and I'm doing it right now, it brings a smile to my face, man. Anytime that I see this card, because all the memories that it brings to of us getting back in, having that team, being competitive, man, I just loved it.
He really does. He's one of my favorite cards. He's actually my number 2.
All right, so we're transitioning to number 2.
Yeah.
What do you love? What did you love about this card, man? And it was uncommon.
I think just a surprise factor, and even when people knew it was coming, they had to just it just made them give them the chance to mess up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then at the
when
time,
you didn't have it, like they changed their whole game plan over this card.
Oh yeah, and then we also had Boros Charm.
Yeah, that's gonna be on a later. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be on a later episode. Yeah. So you got the Gore Clan Rampager this thing, man, and then you got the Boros Charm and give your creature double strike with it.
Yeah, and we were Gore Clanning like 5 power dudes. Yeah. So now they're at 9. Now they have double strike and trample.
Thundermaw Hellkites.
Yeah,
stuff. Boros Reckoners.
Oh, that's what won me. Like, when am I winning in to the top 8?
Yeah, I think so.
I played against Aristocrats.
Yep.
And I had the Rampager, and I had to peel the Boros Charm off the top, and I was at 1.
Got him.
And I had the Thundermaw out, and he was at 18, and I attacked.
So we got to tell this story. We got to tell this story now. I know we're on our middle of our list, but this match was epic. So basically, and
we knew Aristocrats was our worst matchup too.
Knew it. It's like one of those things in Standard right now. You can't beat everything. You just face your tough matchups, and that's what you do. And so Jimmy and I are on the same 75, been on it for a while. We got this list fine-tuned, 75. The only thing that we shouldn't have in there is Aurelia's Fury, okay? But that's just some kind of pet tech in the sideboard. Anyway, we both start this tournament out 6-0.
Yeah.
All right. So we go into the next round. I get paired with Aristocrats, drop a game. Jimmy's still undefeated, right, at that time. Go into the next round. I get paired with my buddy, and he forgot about this, but I got paired with Mike Malone, and he's on friggin' Aristocrats. I dropped that one. I get up. I'm like, damn. I think
that was when I picked up my first loss, too.
Yep.
It's like a blue-white control deck.
Yeah, because you sideboarded wrong.
I did.
And we'll talk about that in a minute. But so I get up. I'm like, damn, I just dropped another game. Let me go check on Jimmy. I get over there. He's playing Aristocrats. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Like, I know he's already picked up that loss. I'm like, come on, bro. He's at 1 life. I'm looking.
The dude's board is stacked. Like, he's got to have like 9 creatures out, like 2 Mutavaults.
Like, he's loving life.
Yeah.
He knows he's winning on the kickback. And Jimmy plays Thundermaw Hellkite.
Well, I had already had the Thundermaw out.
You got it out.
Yeah, and I had a Gore Clan Rampager in my hand.
Yep. You go to Gore Clan Rampage it. No response from guy. You go Boros Charm. Hit you for 18.
Silence.
Just like what just happened on this podcast right now. Usually I'd edit that out, but I might keep it for this effect. All right, I'm looking, and I know it's Tragic's Flip just blows Jimmy out right now. The guy's sitting there. I'm like, do you got it? Like out loud, do you got it? He's not saying anything. I said, are you slow rolling him? He looks, flips his card over, nothing. Jimmy wins it out of nowhere, 18 damage off the rip. Dude looks at he shouldn't have done it. Dude looks off the top of his deck, Tragic Slip.
Look, the next card, Tragic Slip. He had back-to-back Tragic Slips coming up.
Epic match. Jimmy gets up. It's like when Jimmy won that match, we knew he was going to top 8.
It was.
It was like that. It is what it is. And so then we revert back, and we got to tell the rest of the story now. We go back. We're at the hotel room. I'm disappointed I didn't make it. I'm super happy for Jimmy though, because when he did it, it was our deck. I was like super happy. And they call me coach now for a reason. We're sitting there the next day. Jimmy's got to play the blue-white player that he lost to in Swiss.
Yes.
And Jimmy's telling me how he sideboarded.
Oh, no, that was when top 8 was the same day.
Yeah.
I had to play him in top 8.
Yeah, you had to play him to go in the top 4 the next day. And so he's like, man, I lost to this. I was like, well, how'd you sideboard? Well, I took my Gore clans out on this. I was, what? You took your Gore clans out? Are you kidding me? Yeah, man, I don't want to get blown out with removal if I try to do it.
Azorius Charm. That was what I kept.
And I was like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, he's going to tap out and then you do it there, or you just play a 4/4 trampler. Like, you got to have the pressure. So we redo the sideboard, and Jimmy goes and sideboards like he should. 2-0. Steamrolled. No contest. So we go back to the hotel room, and we got Jonathan Marsh there.
Yeah.
Ryan. What was Ryan's last name? Forgot. Anyway, Ryan. I don't know. I'm having a brain fart right now. So everybody's like, man, he's playing against Rudy Briska, and he's faster than you, man. He's playing the Little Nye version with Hell Riders and all this kind of stuff. And they're trying to tell Jimmy he's got to be on the control plan. Like, you might even want to board in, what's the enchantment that we were running for Jun back then that made all the soldier tokens?
I don't remember.
Like, we might even want to board in stuff like that. You're just going to have to be the control player.
Assemble the Legion. That's what it was.
I'm sitting there like, that don't sound right to me.
It didn't sound right to me either.
It didn't sound right to me. So I tell Jimmy, I'm like, man, let's sleep on it. We're going to come up with something. So I stayed up with Jeff McCullough that time, and I'm just thinking, how can we beat this? And I'm looking at Rudy's list, because it's open deck list. We know exactly what's happening. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I don't think that Rudy can play defense at all. I don't think that he can handle us just going full aggro and going over the top. And so, knock on Jimmy's door the next morning, and I go, you better start smiling, because I know how we're going to win this match. He goes, me too. I go, let's say it at the same time. We both say, straight aggro.
Yeah. Steamroll
through. And I said, we're on the same page. Let's do it.
Gas pedal all the way.
I'm like, we're going Gore Clans, Rampagers, Boros, Charmin. It's a wrap.
Spoiler alert. That doesn't help when you're just bad.
So Jimmy actually loses game 1. He was on the play. I think you got mana screwed or something like that. It wasn't good. So then I remember the commentators, because I'm sitting there watching it, you know. They're like, yeah, it might just be too fast for Jimmy. He really needs to be a control player here, just like everybody else was saying in the room. Next game goes around, you win in like turn 4.
Yeah.
You just like Boris Reckoner, Gore Clan, Boris Charm. And then he's like, okay, I'll take this. You're like, nah, man, I got trample damage. Like, you're taking more than this. Kills him. Go into game 3. Starts out just like game 2. You know, you start stabilizing. We had the enchantment that made you gain life too.
Armadillo Cloak.
But
it wasn't called that.
Yeah, it was something else.
Unflinching Courage.
Yep, Unflinching Courage. Had that in the deck. So you stabilize. You're winning on this kickback. And we got Sigarda in the list, and you just put the wrong land out, man.
Yeah.
And then they get you, like, they come back.
Make me like rewind turns.
Yeah, rewind.
I mean, you know, people, you can say that wasn't the right call or whatever, but when it comes down to it, I should have played the right land, played the right creature, and won on the spot.
That's it. But the game plan worked, man, and that's why this card, I think, means so much. It's tied to memories too. Yeah. It's not just the good card. So, I mean, you got anything else to say about Gore Clan Rampager?
No, I think we
it feels like he should have been higher on the list. Like he should have been higher on the list. My number 2 is a combination, because I don't think that you could really put just one of these cards in there, so I had to do it. Thrag Tusk and Resto Angel.
Ugh, I hated that.
That's how you know I love it, because I'm sitting here laughing about it.
Yeah, any kind of red player hated that interaction.
Yeah, but I mean, you were a Bant player.
I played it for a little bit.
I loved it, man. I loved it because I remember whenever Return to Ravnica came. And I think I was just coming off a break from Magic then too, dude. It's like every time Ravnica comes back, hey, I'm here. But I just remember going, like, it's been a long time since I've seen Magic being at like a peak. Like, everybody came out the woodworks. Everybody was excited. The shops were full. We're going back to Ravnica because everybody loved the 2-color cards, like tricolored stuff. Like people just love that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And Ravnica is one of those blocks that everybody loved. Okay. And so we're going return to Ravnica. We're coming back. And I just remember just going, man, I don't know what I'm playing. And I just get handed these cards. Like, here's my binders, man. Here, Jesse. I'm at this big circular table. They're like, just build something. I'm like, this seems real good here. You know, I'm just putting pieces together. And I'm just like, I look and I got this Bant shell. I'm like, wait, hold on. Resto Angel here, 4 mana. Thragtusk, 5 mana. I can flash this thing in and bounce it and gain life and make dudes.
Yeah, it was gross.
I mean, I'm in. I'm all in on that. And then let's not even add in. We start adding in Sphinx's Revelations and Snapcaster Mages and all kinds of stuff, man. I just had a ball with it. I mean, and the thing with it is like, it was the perfect mid-rangey just.
Oh, yeah. Whenever you played that Alchemist Refuge and you were flashing in Thragtusk, I'm like, this is just.
So I'm like, it was dumb. Because anytime I played an aggressive deck, like you might have me like down to 8 life or something like that, and then I play Thragtusk and blink them and the game's over. You're not coming back from that.
Nope.
And it just got you, and it was good against control. Because if they kill it, you're getting a dude. But then if they got spot removal, you just flash in your Resto, and now they're hurting even more.
Yeah, because now you got a dude and the Resto Angel.
Yeah, I just loved it, man. It was, I always felt like my player skill in those situations just enhanced it, because like they would be trying to spot remove me, just anything would go on, and I just could always have those synergies going, and I could play around stuff. I just loved it. I just loved playing it. I love gaining life. I love playing green spells. I love playing white spells. Perfect combination for Jesse Green, the Magic player.
Yeah,
and it made everybody else salty, and I just loved every bit of it. Drum roll. Number 1, 2 for 1. Top 5 creature cards of all time. Number 1.
My number 1 creature card is Snapcaster Mage.
What's the name for it? Besides Snapcaster? It was made after a player, right? Tiago.
Was it?
Yep.
I didn't even know
it was like Bob, man. It was the last card made for a player, which they're bringing back, by the way.
Oh, no, I didn't even know that.
Bringing it back.
I just like, it does all the things that I like. It's a good tempo card. It has flash, which flash is really close to haste to me, which I like haste. It's 2 mana, so it doesn't cost a lot. I put it in every blue deck that I can. It's
still to this day.
Yeah, I just love it.
And it's crazy, man, that we're in a modern format that you don't run 4 of these things.
Yeah.
That's how, like cards like that, that's how I know that the format is just like, it's maybe a little off the wall here, man. Like, we need to bring it back a little bit.
Yeah, when the control decks really aren't playing Snapcaster Mage, it's just kind of weird.
And Snapcaster Mage has got it.
Like, Bolt, Snap, Bolt is...
Yeah. Well, I'm more like Snapcaster Mage for me was really fun because I just loved bringing back the Sphinx's Revelations.
Yeah, but that was so late in the game. I didn't really like to go that late in the game.
I did. I just like playing the games of Magic where it's just nonstop interaction. And after we get done playing, we both have to take a deep breath because it was so good.
Yeah, that's cool for like 2 rounds. And then once you do like 9 rounds of those, you feel like your brain has melted.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You saw my list. It's got Thunder Maws and L's and stuff like that. But when you know that mindset you get in when you want to do that. You got to be in that mindset. And whenever you get in that mindset and you're just like Snapcaster, Sphinx Revelations, doing this, doing that, and you're just... It made it super fun for me. Like, you got those removal spells you want to bring back, boom, you got it.
I like bringing back burn spells.
Yeah, you always like doing that. That's what you do, though. Hasty, hit you in the face. I'm going to go play a legacy event and play burn. Get belchered out. I mean, it's hard for me to even say what kind of mage I really am, man, because I enjoy doing that too. I think it's just the timing of what's going on and what's out. Like, sometimes I'm a red mage, sometimes I'm a green. Like, the only color that I've not played consistently is black.
Yeah, me too.
And now I'm on the dark side with Dredge, you know, and it's really sad for me because I actually picked up something out of my comfort zone that I've just loved playing, man. I love playing the standard dredge. All right, but I can't play it now because of Hogak.
No.
And standard dredge should be a modern deck. You need a graveyard deck in modern. And yes, it does do busted stuff, but so does some of the other decks in the format. Hogak's just taking it to the extreme, and it's like, man, I was just getting a feel for this dredge deck, and it's probably one of the funnest decks I've ever played.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you'll get the chance though. I don't think Hogak's gonna last very much longer.
Snapcaster Mage being number one, it probably should be on my list somewhere because I played a lot of it too. But I kind of wanted to think a little bit outside the box on I wanted to be the whole package for me. Yes, I won with it. Yes, I played a lot of it. But then these cards that I'm talking about, man, just brought so many memories back for me that I was like, I can't leave them off the list. So
what's your number one?
Takes me to my number one, man. And it's nothing too exciting. It is a Thunder Maw. It is a Lana War Elf. Lana War Elf. Old classic. All-time favorite. 1 green. 1/1. Tap it for a green.
Like Landlord Elf / Elvish Mystic.
/ Avacyn's Pilgrim / any 1 mana dork out there. I know it's not exciting, guys. You're probably like, Land of War Elf? Yes, because if there's a mana dork in standard, generally that's where I float to. And I guess that's why I consider myself a green mage a lot of times. But I just feel like anytime you can get one of these creatures out.
On turn one,
you just have such an advantage. I don't care where you're at. I don't care what for, like Noble Hierarch. All right, I don't care where you're at. If you can get one of these things out on turn 1 and they survive, I just feel so good. The tempo, I'm a tempo player, man. I just get that little incremental thing. If I look at my opening 7 and I got land turn 1 elf, back in Naya days, back in right now, I'm just like, I'm winning. I'm winning this game because I'm just getting that advantage, and it's pumping me up to. It's
I mean, even when you're on the draw,
yeah. You're getting that tempo back from being on the draw. And it's like, I just love what those creatures do. I love that it makes me play a spell ahead of turn. I love that it helps me get my big fatty out before it's supposed to be out.
The big fatty.
I just love it, man. I just love turn 1 mana dorks. I always will. I'll be 80 years old with a cane, some suspenders on because my pants won't fit over my damn waist.
Got Bird's Paradise.
That's what, back in my day, we had a 0/1 flyer that made all the mana. You know, now you're playing them for free again. I just love it, man. I think I always will. There's really not much to say about Land of War Elves. They do what they do. They come out on turn 1. They give you some tempo advantages. They let you get big fatties out faster. They let you play spells faster. If you're playing an elf tribe, they're
even better.
Yeah, even better. And I think that's why we were sitting here talking about like our list, and I was like, man, I'm more of like an archetype guy. I like Naya, I like Bant, stuff like that, or like tempo decks, aggressive decks. Sometimes I like control decks the best. I'm more like that, and it was harder for me to make this list than I thought it was really originally going to be.
Well, I think Landlord Elf is just, it shapes those kind of decks.
Yeah, for sure. It allows me to play the mid-range tempo strategy. It allows me to play the creature deck if I want to play it, the aggressive deck if I want to play it. I mean, hell, I was playing in the Bant deck, and it could turn into Control Shell.
Yeah.
I just feel like it just fits in a lot of places, man. And you look at it now. Look at Standard now. Like, Sultai was a thing forever. Turn 1 elf. John Dinos. Turn 1 elf.
Yep.
Like, it's just things like that it's always going to be a staple in Magic. It's probably always going to be at the top of my list because it just fits in so many strategies that I like to play.
What about honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions.
Yep.
For me, it was a trained ogre. Alright. A lot of people might not know what trained ogre does. It is a vanilla 6/6 that costs 7. A mountain and 6 colorless. And the reason that this was on the top of my list, man, as an honorable mention, is because this thing got me in the game. Like, I was kind of like liking it. Thought the cards were cool, like Ice Age, stuff like that.
You saw that commercial and you were in.
I saw the commercial, man. I was watching WWF and WCW back in the day. Yes, I'm old, people.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm 33 now. But I was watching WWF, WWE, or WCWs, and it wasn't even WWE then. And they had this Magic the Gathering commercial, and this big thing came out and started attacking this scientist. I'm like, what the heck is that? And so we, it was my cousin and I mean, my cousins back then, it was like family. Like, we were brothers, and like go over to their house, spend the nights, have sleepovers, my house, etc., etc. And I was like, I got to know more about that. Then they had another commercial where it was Trained Ogre versus Vicitrix, which was the blue 6'6" vanilla guy.
The bunny
looking thing. And my aunt at the time.
I remember that commercial.
Rest in peace, my Aunt Cindy. She's gone. We miss her a lot. And we were over at her house, and I said, can we go get this? Can we go try to play it? And so I'd just been collecting the cards and selling them at school. Then I wasn't really playing as much. And so she went and got us 2 starter decks, man. 2,000 starters. And I got the Trained Ogre one, and my cousin got the Vicitrix one. And I just felt so, like, I didn't even know all the rules. I'm trying to, like, figure it out,
You're
man.
just trying to get the Trained Ogre out.
So 2,000, I would have been 13, 14 years old. I'm trying to read these rules. Magic's a pretty damn complicated game, right? I'm trying to read these rules and teach him because he's 2 years younger than me. And I just remember going, dude, if I get this 6-6 out,
it's over.
It's over. I'm getting this big 6-6 ogre out, and it's game time. And I remember going my first F&M with the starter deck and thinking the same thing. And I was losing to these. Why am I losing these 1-1s and 2-2s for? I got a 6-6, man. There's no way I should be doing that. But Trained Ogre got me to where we're doing this podcast right now, man. And so if I didn't mention that vanilla 6-6 dude, like, it might be corny to some people, but it does have meaning to me. And I think it always will. Like, because Magic is such a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And always has been, man. It's kept me out of trouble for years whenever I'm a teenager. Instead of going out on the weekends, I'm at the shop with the guys singing some cardboard, dude. And none of that would have been it if I didn't see Trained Ogre. And so, like, I had that as my number one at one point.
Really?
Just because of the meaning of the card, man.
No, I got you.
And it's not even like it's a vanilla friggin' 6-6. But that's what Magic's about, baby. It's about stuff like that and memories you're making. And if you go get the tournament wins, congratulations. We all want them. But that stuff that I'm telling you about right now on this podcast, that's what Magic the Gathering's about.
Yeah, the Gathering.
That's it. The other honorable mention that I had was Spirit Monger.
Not to be confused with vanilla anything.
No, definitely was not vanilla and was super powerful whenever it was out in standard. Was that Apocalypse or Invasion or something like that? I can't remember what it was. But it was a green, black, 3 colorless. So, I mean, I did play a little bit of black back then. Not much. But it was a 6/6. Whenever Spirit Monger deals damage to a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Spirit Monger. You can pay a black to regenerate it, and you can play a green to become the color of your choice until end of turn. So what made that a thing is that you were able to give your guys protections of certain colors, so you could just make him whatever color you want on. Bash in, and this 6/6 Spirit Monger was not going to be a 6/6.
No.
You're talking about like a 12/12, 16/16 at the time. Very difficult to get off the battlefield in that era. It was a 4-of staple. So, like, I'm telling you this card right now, people's thinking, this seems okay, you know?
No, for its time, it was.
For its time, it was a straight-up beast. Like, people were getting tired of hearing Spirit Monger. Just had fun, man. I remember going to Comic Emporium, man, and that's some of my memories of just playing some Spirit Mongers. My cousin was playing it, too. And going up there on Fridays, and that's when the Comic Emporium was rocking, man. There was like multiple games getting played. You had D&D in the back. You had like 50 players playing MTG. New games were coming out at the time, and people were like playing them. It was at his first location where a lot of people don't even know that he was at. It wasn't the one that he just moved from. People think that was his first location, but he had one that was it was the Red Parrot Bar in Panama City. The one off of 231 and that little plaza. That was his first ever location, man. And
I didn't know that.
It just makes so many memories because I remember us staying at Comic Emporium till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
and our
FAM
parents
used to go so late.
Our parents got a free babysitter, but they had to come wake up early to come pick us up. And it's just spending those times with my cousins, my little cousins, my brother, and my friends playing some Magic on Friday nights. Man, we knew exactly where we were going to be. Saturdays, knew exactly where we were going to be. And those 2 cards are honorable mentions just because of the memories that we had. So you had a couple honorable mentions yourself.
Yes. One is Eidolon of the Great Revel. Love that card.
I hate that card.
Burn Staple.
I hate that card because it's always blowing my damn spirit. So my butter knife. My butter knife. You're killing my butter knife.
Yeah, I love Eidolon of the Great Revel. It can just lock people out of the game sometimes. It's just a silver bullet in some matchups. And even in the matchups where it's not that great, it can still do like between 2 and 6, 8 points of damage and not even have to attack.
And don't even care if it hits you.
No, not at all. My other one is Huntmaster, which is kind of really the only like mid-range style card that I have on my list.
Yeah,
but I like all the things that he does. Gives you 2 life, brings in a dude when he flips, hits something.
He was just a catch-all, man.
Yeah, he was just a good creature.
And, like, I got on the train a little bit later because I was trying to avoid it because Jun was playing Huntsmaster at the time. Yeah. And I was like, you know how I am with net decks, man. Sometimes I try to avoid the net decks, and I'm like, ugh. But then whenever I started playing them, I was like, this is the perfect Jesse Green creature. Yep. Like, I don't know why I'm not playing this card.
He does all the things.
Fond memories with that card, too, man. And you just sit them out there, and you're like, you gonna play a spell?
Yep.
Nope. Man, that was a fun list, dude.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get my next list ready. What's our list next week?
I don't know. What you want to do next week?
How about lands? I like lands. Yeah, when you said that earlier, it kind of got me excited.
It's kind of intriguing because a lot of times people don't think about like specialty lands, but I got some good ones that I'm already thinking about right now.
Me too.
And I think we're probably going to share this number one. I think we're probably sharing number one, but we'll see. We'll see. There's some cool lands out there that I think that it's going to be bringing back some memories for those too, man.
And next week, when you guys are listening, we will be in Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! We're going to be bringing back some trophies with us, bringing back some money with us. Or bringing back some L's and broke. We don't know yet. We got good intentions though. We got good intentions. I'm not gonna get too crazy. I've got gray hair now, a pregnant wife, and a 4-year-old. So it's not like I'm going there in my early 20s. But we're still gonna be doing a little something. Yeah. So man, this has been a pretty cool episode. You know, we didn't have much going on as far as Magic news, so to speak, but that's okay, man. Me and Jimmy just like talking stuff and doing different things with it. So next time we're going to be in Vegas, man. We appreciate all the support. And also, before we go, we are going to announce the winner of the G&G swag bag. So be on the look at that. I will post it the day that this podcast is published. So we will post it on our Facebook account, and we'll put it on G&G's Facebook as well. So we will have a winner. We did not forget about the swag bag. We will have a winner for that. We're going to be having some fun, man. We're off to Vegas. Off to Vegas. This is Salty J and 2 for 1.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great weekend.
The crowd is
Come on, Jack.
What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck?